Demon Slayer is not just a popular anime, it is a technical benchmark. It's an event that forced the entire industry to stop and reevaluate what is possible for a weekly television series. The studio behind it, Ufotable, didn't just animate Demon Slayer, they fundamentally changed the visual language of modern action anime. But good animation is not a single thing. It's a combination of many layers, and Ufotable has mastered all of them. Today, we're not just going to praise it, we're going to break down why it looks the way it does, and how Ufotable's unique production pipeline creates this unmatched spectacle, the Ufotable philosophy. In-house control. The most important thing to understand about Ufotable is that they are not a traditional animation studio. They are a full-service digital production house. Most anime studios have to outsource crucial parts of the process. 3D modeling, post-production, digital compositing. Ufotable does all of it in-house. Their 2D animators, 3D artists, and post-production team all work in the same building. This total control means they can blend 2D and 3D elements with a seamlessness that other studios simply cannot achieve. And this is the core of the Demon Slayer visual style. Pillar 1. 3D environments and the free camera. The first thing you notice in Demon Slayer is the camera. It never stops moving. It swoops through forests, orbits around characters, and follows the arc of a sword. This is not possible with traditional 2D backgrounds. Ufotable builds many of its key environments as fully realized 3D models. The forest in Episode 19, the Mugen Train, and most famously the Infinity Castle, these are 3D sets. Because the environment is 3D, the camera can be placed anywhere. It can fly through the scene, giving the action a sense of scale and dynamism that 2D drawn backgrounds cannot replicate. They don't use 3D to cut corners. They use it to unlock a new level of cinematography. Pillar 2. The Ukiyo-e Art Style. This is the most critical artistic choice Ufotable made, and it's what truly separates Demon Slayer from every other show. When Tanjiro uses his water breathing, the animation doesn't try to look like real water. Instead, it transforms into a moving Ukiyo-e painting. This is a direct visual reference to classical Japanese woodblock art, most famously Hokusai's The Great Wave off Kanagawa. It's the same for Zenitsu's lightning and Rengoku's flames. These are not literal elemental effects. They are artistic expressions of the techniques. This was a massive risk. In the manga, these styles are just static drawings. Ufotable had to invent a way to make them move, to make them feel like a part of the world. By grounding them in a classical art style, they gave the attacks a weight and a beauty that feels timeless. It's not just an effect, it's a visual metaphor. Pillar 3, digital compositing and the film look. This is the secret sauce. This is what makes every single frame look like a movie. Compositing is the process of blending all the different layers. The 2D character, the 3D background, the 2D effects, the 3D effects, into one final image. Ufotable's compositing team is arguably the best in the business. They add layers of digital lighting, particle effects, and atmospheric like fog or dust that make the 2D characters feel like they truly exist within the 3D environments. Notice how the light from Rengoku's flames realistically illuminates Akaza. Notice the sparks, the dust, the sheer density of information in every frame. This obsessive attention to lighting and post-production is what gives Demon Slayer its signature cinematic, high-contrast look. Pillar 4. Unwavering Consistency. The final pillar is the most amazing and the most boring. Consistency. Almost every anime, even a good one, has off-model episodes. The quality will dip for a few episodes to save budget and time for a big, upcoming fight. Demon Slayer never does this. The quality of a simple dialogue scene in Demon Slayer is higher than the action scenes in many other anime. This creates an incredibly immersive experience, because the illusion is never broken. And then, when the big fights do happen, they don't just get better, they ascend to a level that is simply unfair. The 20-minute climax of the Entertainment District arc is perhaps the single greatest, most sustained feat of animation ever produced for television. What you're seeing there is not one or two star animators. It's the entire Ufotable pipeline working in perfect harmony. 2D character animators drawing at their peak, 3D artists creating a dynamic, collapsing city, and compositors blending it all together with thousands of layers of effects, sparks, and light. Demon Slayer's animation isn't amazing. Because of one thing, it's amazing because it is a total synthesis of a studio that has mastered 3D environments, married them with unique classical art style, and polished every single frame with a level of cinematic lighting and detail that was once thought impossible for a weekly series. They didn't just animate a manga, they set a new standard for what an anime adaptation can be.